Hello everyone, welcome back to Brivas Science Academy, Bengaluru. This is topic of the day. In today, we'll be discussing about a recent controversy regarding Bengaluru's infrastructure. We all know Bengaluru, the grand metropolitan cosmic city of India, is always plagued with the traffic issue. So, in order to curb this traffic issue, the government of Karnataka decided to build a twin tunnel project. A twin tunnel project connecting two of the important localities of Bengaluru so that the traffic can be reduced. So, discuss what are these twin tunnel project, what is it, and why is it so controversial, and does it really address the issue of traffic? Everything will be discussed today. So, the topic is Bengaluru twin tunnel project. Is there light at the end of tunnel? So, what is the tunnel? There is a silver bullet promise. That is, the project scope is it is a 40-kilometer twin tunnel which is going to connect Hebbal to Silk Road and KR Puram to Nayandahalli. Okay, there is a twin tunnel project which is going to connect Hebbal and Silk Road and KR Puram and Nayandahalli, with the tenders for north-south corridor already finalized. Okay, and despite the unusually fast progress, so it is moving at a very high progress. Experts warn that this speed masks deep flaws in planning, logic, viability, and long-term urban mobility strategy. Okay, so there are some experts saying that this is just a event, or this is just a makeup by the government of Karnataka or the Bengaluru authority to mask different issues that are plaguing Bengaluru. So we'll discuss what are the issues. So the core problem is, what is the important issue in Bengaluru is about overcrowded transit. That is, public transport systems are at full capacity now. And second is unsafe walking. That is, poor pedestrian and cycle infrastructures in Bengaluru. You don't find any proper pedestrian or cycling infrastructure in Bengaluru. Third is the last mile gaps. There are some issues with respect to connectivity issues still persist. And car-centric planning. This particular planning is focusing on car. Quick fixes displace traffic rather than reduce it. Okay, the very idea that building more roads does not mean it reduces traffic. What happens here is more roads are built, it will result in more people buying cars, more people buying personal vehicles rather than use public transport. So that is what is happening in Bengaluru. You will see every week or every month or every year there will be new roads, new flyovers, everyone are being opened in Bengaluru. Despite that, is the traffic problem solved? Not yet. So we'll discuss what is the issue actually. This tunnel is positioned as a time-saving solution, but experts argue that mobility is about moving people efficiently and not just cars. So people are not only using cars, people are also moving with public transport. What about them? How do you address this? That is what. And then there is also key planning lapses with regard to this twin tunnel project. We all know the Bengaluru metro was brought to reduce the traffic issue of Bengaluru. As a result, there are 3 lines at the moment. There is one more line which will be brought in the near future, and that line is red line. And this red line is aimed at phase 3A. This north-south tunnel shares nearly half of its alignment with the upcoming 37-kilometer red line, which connects Sarjapur and Hebbal, creating direct competition and undermining the viability of both systems. Okay, we already have the same thing. As I told you, it is connecting Hebbal and Sarjapur. Okay, during this course, Sarjapur to Koramangala. This road particularly goes through the same tunnel which are being built now. So if there is already metro, what is the use of building a twin tunnel? So it is creating competition between two public transports. So will people go for metro or will people choose to travel by cars? And second one is, this was tunnel first, planning later. Thing was, it was conceived outside the comprehensive mobility plan, which was recently conceived by the government of Karnataka, and revised master plan for 2041. So the CMP aims at 80% of the trips by public transport, by walking or cycling. Tunnel promotes car throughout, the opposite goal. Okay, so what is the aim of CMP, comprehensive mobility plan? The aim is to bring more public transport into transport and bring walking, cycling, etc. in Bengaluru. And what is this twin tunnel is actually focusing on? This twin tunnel project is focusing on bringing more car movements. So this goes against the very basic planning of CMP itself. And third is the capacity contradiction. That is, Professor Ashish Verma of IISc, Indian Institute of Science, highlights that there is a fundamental flaw. What is it? The metro moves 40 times more people than the road lanes in the same space and in the same time. So, what should be given more primacy? Metro. A high capacity mode like metro is being made less viable to promote a low quality mode, that is cars. Okay, what are we focusing on here? We are focusing more on the twin tunnel project rather than focusing on and speed or increasing the speed of these metros. Okay, what are we doing? Instead, we are doing focusing main on a twin tunnel project. Okay, the focus should be on metros in reality. Next, affordability crisis. Okay, so what happens here is when you build a tunnel or a new road and or highways, etc., there will be sort of a toll or a fee. So for this twin tunnel project also there is an affordability crisis. That is rupees 19.42 will be the proposed user fee. It is not an official toll, it is a user fee. Obviously, again you have to pay from your pocket. It is per kilometer, which will be having rupees 324 rupees one way trip from Hebbal to Silpur journey cost, and round trip will cost around 650 rupees, which is unaffordable to the most of the commuters. Only few rich people will be able to afford this commute or afford this route. So what happens now? The cab drivers may avoid tunnels and pushing more congestion to surface roads. Behavioral evidence shows that Bengaluru commuters already avoid toll roads like the airport corridor. Okay, so these cab drivers and other Bengaluru like poorer commuters, what will they do? They will obviously avoid this particular road, avoid this particular tunnel and switch to some other roads. What will happen then? Obviously, it is nothing but creating more traffic on other roads. Again, there is a lapse of or planning here. So the result is the tunnel will become a late mobility corridor and not a city-wide solutions. So the major aim of reducing the traffic is defeated here. Next, demand versus supply. That is, money alone won't work. That is, the investment without service frequency, reliability, and the last mile operation fails. And second is induced demand. That is, capacity expansion without the demand management creates more congestion and not less. So we have to first understand the demand, where is the demand, and only then we have to focus on building the capacity. Next is policy shift needed. That is, cities must make car use less convenient and not more attractive. When the car use is less convenient, people will to go for public transport. Okay, we'll go for public transport. So focus should be on promoting the public transport rather than car transport. Next, misunderstanding the quality of life. So there was recently a debate in the parliament of the assembly of Karnataka. That is, there is a confusion with respect to quality of life versus the standard of life. So in India, what happens is the standard of life is normally attached with salary, income, car, materialism, etc. But what should be the given focus here? Focus should be on quality of life, not the standard of life. Quality of life, which should be focusing on air quality, commuter time, traffic, walkability, cycling opportunities, etc. So India often conflicts the standard of living, such as income, car ownership, etc., with the quality of life, like air quality, commuter time, walkability. Recently, Deputy CM, that is DK Shivakumar, argued that people prefer personal vehicles and that the car ownership influences marriage prospects. Again, he is not wrong here. He is also right in his own way, because the people of India focus more on the materialistic aspects of relations rather than quality of life. That is what is happening in this case as well. Next, the global reality, but which is opposite of the global reality in the world. So in India, where we focus on the standard of life, the globe focuses on quality of life. High income countries like Singapore, Switzerland, Netherlands rely heavily on the public transport, walking, and cycling. So status shouldn't drive transport policy. Quality of life improves when cities reduce car dependence. So the focus should have been on improving the quality of life rather than increasing car commutation. Next, will it reduce congestion? So the basic idea about this twin tunnel is to reduce the congestion. Will it really reduce? There is distributed problem. That is, the traffic issue is not only in this road. It is not only in Hebbal, or it is not only in Silpur, or not only in KR Puram road. There is traffic across Bengaluru, such as congestion spans Outer Ring Road, Whitefield, Jayanagar, and Yeshwantpur. So a single tunnel cannot impact citywide traffic. Next is the bottleneck shift. That is, tunnel simply moves congestion to entry or exit points. That is, a pollution at tunnel modes may worsen as well. Next is missing approvals. That is, no statutory approval from the BMLTA or the review by Metropolitan Committees. DULT flagged major flaws in this particular tunnel. So why are we focusing more on the tunnels? Is it really necessary? Environmental and technical risks as well. So deep tunneling may disrupt aquifers and groundwater flows. Debris volume extremely high, disposal unclear, and multiple PILs pending in High Court and NGT over this twin tunnel project. Next, political contestation. Project was championed by Deputy CM D.K. Shivakumar, criticized by Bengaluru South MP Tejas Surya because they think, our opposition party thinks that it is nothing but a glorified project from the Congress government. Alternative proposal, there should be a suburban rail, tram networks, public transport augmentation rather than building a twin tunnel. Next, is there a light at the end of the tunnel? So the current evidence indicates it contradicts CMP and the master plan, which encourages car use, and it competes with the Metro TA, which will become unaffordable for the most, and there are environmental risks. So it won't solve congestion. So what Bengaluru actually needs, this tunnel project is not going to solve the issues. In Bengaluru, what actually it needs is integrated public transit system. It is high capacity connected systems, walkability and cycling, safe accessible infrastructure for leisurely activities, demand management, that is policies that discourage the car use, and finally bringing the behavioral change, that is cultural shift towards sustainable mobility. All these things should be taken into consideration rather than focusing on a single project. So this is about twin tunnel project. I think I covered it holistically, from what is it to what are its implications, and will it really address issues of Bengaluru. So if you like the video, then please like button, comment on it, and also share with your friends.